Hi everybody and welcome back to Nellie and Ruth Designs. Oh, I thought we would take some time and just leisurely sit and look through the Somerset Studio. It's an interactive mixed media journal, and this is for February, March, and April. I don't buy every issue. I didn't get the one for the winter. I didn't really care for it. So today I had to run some errands. I actually had to take my car in for service, and I had quite a bit of time, so I went to the local Barnes & Noble in the bigger city that I was in, and I sat and had a leisurely cup of coffee with an oatmeal raisin cookie, and I grabbed this magazine, and I just took my time and looked through it to see if I really wanted to make the purchase, and I did. So, you know, I might buy a couple of these a year. I do not have a subscription. I know a lot of you out there do have subscriptions, and lucky you. I think it's wonderful. There's so many wonderful projects in here. And this one, I'm really drawn to the color schemes in here, the neutral, the natural, the browns, the greens, the blues, and those are really my colors. So I thought we would just, you know, I really do like to go page by page with you, and that way you can see what's in here. You can see if there might be something that inspires you or something you don't think about. So I would love to have you join in if you're new to my channel. I do this every now and then, and I do have other Somerset Studios that I have shown and gone through. And you can go back and take a look at those. And for all of my returning subscribers, welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And a shout out to all of my gals over on Patreon. So in the beginning of this book, it's just basically their advertising subscriptions and different magazines that they offer. There's always a letter from Kristen Hammonds. She's the editor-in-chief, and she just writes a nice little letter to the people that make the purchase and about the artwork that's in here. So the one thing that I thought was really cool, and again, I would not have thought of this, and you can do this with the smaller boxes, but the United States Postal Service boxes, I just thought this was really cool. And obviously, what an absolutely stunning cover you had for the winter 2025 issue. I might be a bit biased because the artwork and photography props featured my favorite shades of blue. Yada, yada, yada. The artwork from Gwen LaFleur was so beautiful. Okay, so obviously this is the artwork here. I don't know if this was a box. It really doesn't state if this was a box, obviously, that was sent to someone, or if she found it and then she just took the box apart, deconstructed the box, and then did a painting over it. But I think that is really cool. I think that's really cool. And that just kind of inspires me, again, to use pieces that you normally wouldn't use. And then here is all the features. So the first one, again, by Kim Collister, and I really like Kim. I just think she has really, really cool. She's a wonderful artist, and I love looking at what she does. This is an unfolding story, Journals Lost and Found in a Box. So she's made these small little accordion journals, and then she has decorated these boxes through mixed media, and then that's where that is where the little accordion journal sits in. And I just think this is a really great idea. And it's funny because this reminds me of, we used to go over to a place called the Round Barn Farm way up in the northern part of Vermont, and we used to go over there back in the late 80s on ski trips. And there was a library. It was a bed and breakfast, and the owners had a really nice home library. And they had little things like this sitting on their shelves amongst the books, and interactive books. And it's just nice after a day, you know, whether you're skiing or snowshoeing, you've been out, you grab yourself a cup of coffee or hot cocoa with a pastry, and you get all snugly in a chair. And it's nice just to sit and look at, you know, someone else's artwork. And it's just, I find it very comforting. And I love these images that Kim had used in here. And with a project like this, they give you all the supplies and such. And I would love to create a project like this. I think it would be a lot of fun. And then here she talks all about how you make the box, and then the folding journal. And these images here are in the book. So if you wanted to make something like this, but I just think this is very, very cool. And again, you can find Kim. She's on Instagram, Facebook, and Etsy under Kim Collister Art. And she's just a wonderful artist. But these are just very, very pretty. Dare to Soar. These, again, are, and this is, I think, why, again, I was drawn to this book, because I'm working in that tiny collage book, and which is this one right here. If you haven't seen it before, I have videos on this, and I want to finish this, but this is the tiny collage book, and I love working in this. I haven't been able to work in it in a little while, but I think I was drawn to this because there are small, very small projects in here. And I think right now that's where my heart is leading me, to do smaller projects. And I think this is just really cool. And I think these metal rings, if these are Tim Holtz rings here, these are very small rings. So this is a small project. And I don't know if they give the size here of these, but these are little tiny cans. They look about the size of a sardine can. And we know sardine cans are small. And I do not see any type of measurements on here. But I know it's small. And how fun would this be? This would be another really fun project to do. Celebrate It All cast-off collages. And I thought this was very interesting too, because this looks like some sort of like a velvet or whatever, that's these leaves. And then these are little, I call these oyster pearls. I have some of these, and I just think this is very, very pretty here, how they've attached these pearls to this. And it's a card. This is, to call these mere cards isn't entirely accurate. They're little collages layered and created as meditations for the recipient. So these are quite fun. Very, very pretty. And there's a lot of fabric used on here. There's some tulle. This looks like the sheetrock, the back of sheetrock tape, puzzle pieces, more little beads and such. And then they give you this very pretty image to use. Artist papers. You always get artist papers in the magazine. These are quite pretty. And if you didn't want to use these, if you're working for your own, for yourself, you can make copies of these, but you can't make copies and sell them or anything like that. But this is a nice way, if you like this, to put it in your stockpile of, you know, things to run off and use every now and then. Here's a snippet-filled collage. And again, here are all the little snippets, which are quite lovely. And I love all the layering. I really want to get into more layering. This one here is titled Block Party, and these, the ATC blocks you see here, along with the embroidery hoop project, also featured in this issue are two of my favorite projects to date. So this is kind of cool. They're calling these ATC blocks. Now, I haven't seen these before, and I haven't heard of them. So I think that's really cool. And I'm not sure. Let's see. You're just taking scraps and snippets of fabric. So I'm not sure if these are actually wooden blocks that you collage on. Snippets and Scraps Challenge. So chunky ACT block. Most of my finished snippet strips are only 6 to 8 inches long, but I quickly realized they'd be a perfect fit for retro cafe art galleries, chunky ACT blocks. Yeah, it doesn't, again, they don't say if they are a wooden blocks, ACT chunky blocks, retro cafe art gallery. So they are wooden blocks. So these are very cool. And then you can see here all the different fibers that has been used. And the other, this I love. I don't know if this is paper, but almost looks like leather. And then it's been stitched in that small zigzag. Very, very cool. So next up we have Drawing on the Move, a journal or a travel portfolio. Oh, this looks fun. And I kept looking at this, and this almost looks like an old Game Boy case. And I couldn't find anything in here about this case, but I just love this idea because I love faces. And I just think these are very, very cool. So that's a great idea. Oh, and then they give you some little grids and things that you can work in. Black and white beauties. More collaging. Golden Girls, which are interesting. I haven't read anything about this yet. These almost look like bookmarks, but these are very, very cool. So we have that in there. And again, all these faces. I just love to work more with faces. Strength and courage. And I was drawn to this again. This is a small little journal style. Snippets and scraps again. And I just think these are so much fun. And I think these would be fun to make into an ATC style card. And again, I just love all the earthy colors. Not that I'm really good at the earthy colors. I haven't mastered that yet, but I'm just really drawn to that. And we have all of these beautiful pictures here of Frida. This is from the Kim Collister series before, and this is from Kim. So we have these here that can be used. And then this is Feeling Pink. It's kind of cool. Japanese Me, is that how you pronounce it? This is fun. Love all these bright colors. Fun, fun, fun. Tea bags transform. So if you're into tea bags, there's a really nice little project in here to work with tea bags. And these are a lot of fun. Looks like they paint on them. Again, it gives you all the supplies that you need. This is another project with rubber stamping and impressions. These are doodle pages where you can practice your doodling. Another cute little project here to do on your own. Dreams Have Wings. I thought this was very pretty. Probably because that bird. I love the bird and the blues and the browns. Salvage Fragments of Peace and Calm. And this is what you see on the front cover. And I just think these are just they're just lovely. How all the layering and the images. This is by Mags Woodcock. And here it looks like a, your canvas, a paint canvas. This here is a book. They give you the techniques, all your supplies, but again, very, very pretty. And this here gives me an idea. I've got some corrugated cardboard, and I have an idea that I want to use with that, with some muslin. And then again, all of these layers. Here's another accordion book. Very, very pretty. Here's the Many Faces of Frida, and that's what we saw over here. Again, this is Kim Collister. And these look, yeah, these are in like a sepia, and these over here are in a color. So maybe if you have Photoshop, you can copy these and then change the color of them. Strength in Adversity. Again, supplies, your acrylic paints, your clip art of Frida, all kinds of your oil pastels, your old credit card. But again, this is a beautiful type of flip journal. I don't know if you call it flip tag journal. That's where you put your fabric in between. I call them accordion journals. Beautiful work. I love Kim. I just love Kim's work. Let's see. Creating between, I don't know what this is. Can't. And gardens. So I'm not sure what that word is. I can't read it. But I thought this was interesting. And then this here gave me an idea I want to make with you on my YouTube. I think that would be a lot of, I have a really great idea there. So I wanted to get that wrapped up in my head. These look like wooden eggs. That's very cool. More paper to use. And then here, Beauty in the Details. This comes out of Montreal, Quebec. And I thought this was very pretty. Very simple, very pretty. Blue Magic. Again, the blues and the browns. And I'm just so drawn to blue and brown. And they use wire here. You'll see the wire and beads, feathers. I don't know if I would put these because I work with paper, but all these are quite lovely to make an accordion style journal. A creative way to stash snippets and scraps. And I thought these were a lot of fun. So I'd like to try to make some of these. Very, very cute. These are like little file folders. Very cute. More work pages that you can play with. Here's another tickled pink. Simple, but very, very pretty. Love that. And then here are the embroidery hoops that are done similar to the ATC blocks that we saw before. Vision and Design. I haven't read anything about this, but I thought this was interesting. This might be something that you could use with those Tim Holtz stamps that explain like how the snowman is made or how the Halloween cat is made. I've got those stamps, so this might be something that I could use with that. Joyful Messes make happy abstract collage art. And I find these very pretty. And there's my favorite little birds. Never apologize for who you are and do small things with great love. And then they give you some of the little pieces here on this paper that you could copy, tear apart, use, however you want to do it. Beautiful picture there. And then, oh, this looks like something that was made. I think Kim Collister did something with the paintbrushes, so looks like that has been recreated. And here again is a teeny book of treasures. And I have an idea for a new little tiny book using these. Snippet tea bag. So even if I get 5 or 6 ideas out of here that I can present and I can create with you, it's definitely worth the magazine, the price of the magazine. I thought these were quite lovely. Little grungier than I would do, but just the safety pins. Again, just giving you ideas of what you can use and how to use it. Very, very pretty. Very, very pretty. More work pages. And then some more, these are little, looks, they say canvas identification, these canvas identification tags. And then in the back, there's a detail page on the artwork that you see up in front, like here. All little things that have picked out, details that you want to focus and hone in on. And that, my friends, is it. That concludes the showcasing of this quarterly publication. And I've got a nice idea here using this, which we can play with and have fun. So I hope you liked this flip through. I hope it was inspiring to you and you got some ideas from it. I know I certainly did. Otherwise, I wouldn't have made the purchase. So I want to thank everybody for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the flip through. If you did, give me a thumbs up. And I will see you in my next video. And maybe we'll even get started on one of these projects. All right, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.